Dear students, I am Mahesh Javalkar of Maratha Mandal Polytechnic, and today I am posting my sixth video on DCET questions of digital communication. So let's start with the questions. We'll start with question number 101. So question number 101 says that frequency division multiple access FDMA assigns dash channel to dash users. Okay. Now, if you see the definition of multiple accesses, it is multiplexing from different locations. The sources will be at different locations and you will be having multiplexing. Okay. In FDMA, it is like frequency division multiplexing only, but the sources are at different locations. Now, here, as far as this question is concerned, frequency division multiplexes FDMA assigns, okay, dash channel to dash user. Now it is very clear that it will assign one channel to one user, that is individual channel to individual user. So here the answer out of these four answers, the first answer, that is it assigns individual channel to individual user, will be the correct one. So if you see, the first answer is the correct answer in case of FDMA. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 102. During the period of call, other users can share the same channel in FDMA. See, in FDMA, we are saying that one channel is assigned to one user. Okay. Then during the period of call, other user cannot share the same channel. So this statement is false. So here answer should be false. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question. Dash is based on FDMA or FDD. Okay, so the options are GSM or technology, WCDMA technology, cordless telephone, or AMPS. On FDMA, if you speak about cellular phones, cellular technology, the first cellular technology, the first generation cellular technology, it is called as Advanced Mobile Phone Services, that is AMPS, that was based on frequency division multiplexers, FDMA. Okay, it was all analog and it was based on FDMA. So out of these four, option D, AMPS, Advanced Mobile Phone Service, will be the correct answer because it was the first generation cellular phone which was based on analog technology and it is called as Advanced Mobile Phone Service. Okay, so AMPS is based on FDMA, frequency division multiple access. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 104. The TDMA systems transmit in a continuous wave. Okay, now we know that in TDMA it is time division multiplexes. A full information, if you take that information, will be broken in a buffer or it is burst of data. It is sets of data is being made from that information, and every set will be sent at different time. Okay, so it will cover the entire bandwidth, but it will take different time. So it is not a continuous wave. It is not continuous. Okay. So TDMA system transmit in a continuous wave is a false statement because it cannot be continuous. It is non-continuous. Okay. So here the answer should be false. Next we'll go to question number 105. Which of the following is not true for TDMA? So which of the following is not true for time division multiplexes? So if you see the options, option 1 says single carrier frequency for single user. Option 2 says discontinuous data transmission. This is true. It is not continuous, discontinuous data transmission. Option 3 says no requirement of duplexers. Okay. And option D says high transmission rates. Okay. So here the first option is speaking about frequency, a single carrier frequency for single user. This is a wrong statement. This is a wrong statement. So here you can see the which of the following is not true. Single carrier frequency for single user is not true. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 106. TDMA, time division multiple access, allocates a single time per frame to different users. Okay. So it is allotting single time per frame for single user, not for different user. Single time per frame for single user. Okay, so always at a particular time, a particular frame of a particular user will go. So different users is a wrong statement. So I think this statement will be again false. TDMA allocates a single time per frame to different users is false statement. Okay, because at a single time per frame it will have a single user, same user. Okay, but it cannot have different users at single time per frame. Okay, so this statement is false. Now let's go to C, question number 107. A TDMA system uses 25 megahertz for the forward link, which is broken into radio channels of 200 kilohertz. If eight speed channels are supported, if eight speed channels are supported on a single radio channel, how many simultaneous users, how many simultaneous users can be accommodated? That is the question asked. Okay. So if you see here, the TDMA system uses 25 megahertz. That is nothing but 25,000 kilohertz. Okay. Now 25,000 kilohertz is broken into radio channels of 200 kilohertz. So this should be divided by 200 kilohertz. Okay. So if you see this answer, this zeros will go and this zeros will go. So 250 upon 2 will give you 125. Okay. So here the answer will be 125. Okay. So 125 kilohertz. Okay. So 125 broken means 125 radio channels you will get. Okay. And each of this 125 will have 8 speed channels. So 125 multiplied by 8. Okay, 8. So this should be 125 multiplied by 8 is nothing but 1000. Okay. So answer should be 1000. So here the option D will be the correct answer. That is how many simultaneous users can be accommodated. So simultaneously 1000 users can be accommodated in this system. So here if you see answer is 1000. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 108. What is the time duration of bit if data is transmitted at 270.833 kilobits per second in the channel? Okay. Now here, if you see, the data is transmitted at a speed of 270.833. So here the speed is given as 270.833. So 270.833 kilobits per second in the channel. Now time duration will be 1 upon 270.833. So 1 upon 270.833 as I've shown in the explanation below. 1 upon 270.833 and that is nothing but 3.692 microseconds. So answer should be C, 3.692 microseconds. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 109. FDMA is the division of, okay. So options are time, phase, spectrum and amplitude. Now FDMA is the division of frequency. It is frequency division multiple access. And frequency, we can, the other name we can call whenever we plot a frequency, we can call it as a spectrum. So here the answer should be option C, spectrum. So here FDMA is the division of spectrum. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 110. Guard band. Okay, guard band, that is between two channels you have a frequency band which is not carrying information, but it is just put over there so that there is no interference between the two channels. So guard band, out of these four options, The first option is the correct one. It is the small unused bandwidth between the frequency channels to avoid interference. Okay, so that is the definition of guard band only. So that will be the answer for this question. It is the small unused. Unused means there is no information for that. There is no information going in that bandwidth. It is just a bandwidth between two channels. So to avoid a interference between the two channels are just separated with a small frequency band, and that unused band is called as guard band. Okay. Then we'll go to see question number 111. Cable television is an example of. Okay. Now, cable television, which every household has, we see about 100 channels, 200 channels, 300 channels, 400 channels, which comes via a coaxial cable or optical cable. Okay. Now, this coaxial cable, when they are carrying so many channels, they on the basis of frequency, because on the basis of frequency only you can press your remote button and you can tune to a particular channel, particular carrier, and that means you're tuning to a particular channel. Okay, say for example, if you want to watch Star TV, you know the number of the Star TV, you just press it on the remote. That means you're tuning to that particular carrier frequency of Star TV. Similarly, if you want to see Zee TV, you're tuning to a particular frequency of the carrier of Zee TV. That means all the channels will reach your house through the coaxial cable based on frequency at the same time. At the same time, you have a choice to see any of the channel. So it should be based on frequency, and that's why it should be based on FDMA. So here the answer should be B, FDMA. Cable television is an example of FDMA. Clear? Then we'll go to the next question, question number 112. In TDMA, the user occupies the whole bandwidth during transmission. It's true. For a certain time, the user occupies the full bandwidth of the transmission. Whether it requires the full bandwidth or no, that is not the question here. But the question here is, at a particular time, a particular user should use the full bandwidth. So this statement stands true. Okay. Okay, now we'll go to see question number 113. TDMA allows the user to have, okay, so time division multiplexing access allows the user to have. Option A says use of same frequency channel for same time slot, use of same frequency channel for different time slot, use of same time slot for different frequency channel, and use of different time slot for different frequency channels. So out of this, the B1, that is use of same frequency channel for different time slots, can be used in TDMA. So option B will be the correct one. Use of same frequency channel for different time slots. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 114. GSM is an example of, okay. So GSM is a type of cellular system in which you have global system for mobile. So here GSM follows digital techniques. Okay, that means GSM is based on time division multiplexes. Because if you go for FDMA, it is analog, but if you go for TDMA, it is digital. So GSM is based on TDMA cellular system. So GSM is an example of TDMA cellular system. So here will be option A, TDMA cellular system. Then we'll go to question number 115. CDMA is, option 1 is spread spectrum technology, true. Using same communication medium, true. Every user stays at a certain narrowband channel at a specific time period, no, false. And fourth says each user has unique pseudo noise code, true. So out of these four statements, the first, second, and fourth are correct. That means option C is showing you 1, 2, and 4. So option C is the right answer over here. Okay, that is CDMA uses spread spectrum technology using same communication medium, and each user has a unique pseudo noise code, PN code. Okay, then we'll go to the next question, question number 116. Global Positioning System uses CDMA, TDMA, SDMA, or FDMA. So Global Positioning System uses CDMA, that is Code Division Multiplexes. So here the answers will be Code Division Multiplexes. Then we'll go to question number 117. CDMA is advantageous over other spread spectrum techniques because here the four options are given. The privacy due to unique code, it rejects narrowband interference, resistance to multi-path fading, its ability to frequency reuse. So all these points are true in case of CDMA. Okay, so all the four are correct. So here the answer should be D, all the four correct. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 118. The wideband usage in CDMA helps in. Okay, the options are increased immunity to interference, increased immunity to jamming, multiple user access, different spectrum allocation in different time slots. So out of this, the first, second, and third are correct. So 1, 2, and 3 are correct. So option will be option A, 1, 2, and 3, because the last option, different spectrum allocation in different time slots, doesn't suit a CDMA transmission. Okay. So now we'll go to question number 119. The features of CDMA is given over here. So CDMA, options A is cannot be used with frequency hopping spread spectrum. Option B is cannot be used with direct sequence spread spectrum. Option C is cannot be used on an RF channel. And option D is allows many transmitters to use a band simultaneously. Okay, so out of this, the first option cannot be used with frequency hopping spread spectrum is wrong because it can be used. Option B cannot be used with direct frequency spectrum is wrong because it can be used with direct sequence spread spectrum. Option C cannot be used on an RF channel. It's wrong. It can be used on another channel. So first three statements are wrong. The fourth statement is correct. Allows many transmitters to use a band simultaneously. So here the answer should be answer D. Allows many transmitters to use a band simultaneously. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 120. For optimal performance, CDMA requires the use of, okay, option A is orthogonal PN code, B is non-orthogonal PN sequences, C is true random PN sequences, and D is none of the above. So here the option will be orthogonal, because in orthogonal, you are going to multiply the two codes. And when you do the sum of the two codes over a period, the sum of the two codes will become 0. Now this condition helps you to maintain many of the security reasons so that your code does not interfere with any other receiver. Okay, so that becomes a stronger point. So here the answer should be orthogonal PN sequence. So here answer should be answer A, orthogonal PN sequence. Okay. Now students, in this video, I have covered questions on TDMA, FDMA, and CDMA, that is on multiple access. In my next video, that is the last video for digital communication, I'll be covering questions on transmission media, guided and unguided media, twisted pair cable, optical fiber, and coaxial cable. Okay. If you're having any doubts in these previous questions, it is not that only these questions can be asked. Based on these concepts, many type of questions can be asked as the objective question, as a MCQ question. So again, I say the same thing. Your fundamental or your basic knowledge should be very clear so that if any question asked to you will be automatically solved. You can develop a logic for it. Okay. Thank you, students.